My name is Kanahus Pelkey. I'm from the Secwepemc and the Kanaka Nations in the interior of BC, the Secwepemc Nation. The boundaries is from the Rocky Mountains on the east to the Okanagan on the south, and then on the west to the Fraser River, and then north to Jasper area. So we come from a big territory, and then Tanaka is the Kootenays, so over by the Rockies, and this is the area of my people. But I also wanted to call my relatives up here from our territory. She's a Tibetan defender. She was in the Gustafson Lake, the last armed standoff here in so-called Canada. We come from a beautiful territory, and our women right now at this time are saying there's a sense of urgency for us to stand up, and where women and grandmothers and aunties and sisters are coming and saying we have to do something. We can't just sit around anymore, and we have to do something. It's up to us as the women and the mothers to stand up. If the men aren't standing up and taking everything to the front line, standing up against the government, standing up against the corporations, then it's us as the women that need to do it. There's we're being bombarded by so much different industry right now. There's mining in our sacred headwaters, a lead and zinc mine by Imperial Metals. We have the Kinder Morgan pipeline that we're fighting against, and the Trans-Canada Highway expansion. Right now, just as we are leaving our community, we had to stop by and confront some people that were going and messing with their ancestor remains site. And this site is a site of a 8,000-year-old grandmother that was unearthed for this highway expansion 3 years ago. And we stopped it again in November. We stopped them from moving her. And now they're trying to put some rebar and a retaining wall right up to her gravesite. And so we went and we stopped that today because we're like, they're just getting closer and closer to her. And these are the things that we're dealing with. And if it's somebody else's grandmother's gravesite, people would be outraged. And we need to make that the norm too right now, for when our ancestors are being messed with, that we stand up and protect her. So I come here, I stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters that are standing on the front lines. We're the same, we are the same, we're the same as the Zapatistas, we're the same as anybody that's standing up for our land and freedom, because that's what it's all about. It's about our land and it's about freedom, and that we could continue to be Indigenous people on our territory and not being impacted by industry and even civilian occupation, which is intruding into our territory as well. Tourism is bad in our area. We call tourism terrorism. So that's what they're doing to our territory. I wanted to take the time to sing a song. I have a brother right here from Native Youth Movement, and he's going to come and share a song for everybody. Just ask everybody to put their special thoughts and their hearts and prayers to Harsha and to all those strong women out there and all our freedom fighters that are standing on the front lines, the ones that are being murdered, the families of the people being murdered that are standing on the front lines, the ones that are going into jail, the Mi'kmaq brothers that are going through trial just right as we speak. They're going to continue their trial on Tuesday. So there's 2 brothers in there, Jermaine Jr. Bro and Aaron Francis, and that's a message from Suzanne Patlis that they're going to be starting again their trial on Tuesday, and just to send all their prayers out to them and that they could be free and get on the front lines again.
I'm a young leader with youth speaking events and everything for NYM and everything, and I come up to this territory into Vancouver because our people need to listen to our women and our men and everything, because when are we gonna stop our young people, because our young people are sick and destroying their lives of drugs and alcohol and everything, because when the future comes down to anything like that, when are we gonna come down to it like that, when are we gonna say enough is enough already to the government and everything, because I don't want my grandchildren and my children to swim in oil, bath in oil, and everything like that. And I just speak for the youth, because the youth are more powerful with their ideas. And growing up, I was when I was a little baby, I've been going to the meetings and going to different kind of stuff like around and everything. Like we had an open, my mom had an open house with people at NYM with it. And one time, like we were in Winnipeg, Manitoba, living in 1991, 1998, and we had like a apartment building, and people like had these youth to come together because they wanted like about the schools, about the land, and they wanted to corrupt about this stuff about NYM and everything, and I speak for the youth, and because the youth can't have they're kind of shy, and they're kind of going into that situation, like I'm a youth leader. Like I did like one stuff in Winnipeg is like we stopped our sisters from going on the streets. We went to go sing for them. We went to the homeless shelters. We cooked for the homeless people and everything. My mentor, like they still do it and everything, and I do everything around AO and everything like that, and I'm a youth speaker from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I'm trying to bring my teachings and my knowledge to these communities, because a long time ago, we need our songs to go, our ceremonies, our back in the day stuff, like I fought when I was in school, when the school was back in the day in 1991, 1998. It was called Aboriginal High School, but it was called Children of the Earth, and they had everything. But when I was there, I was the only one fighting and speaking up for everything like that. But today I have one thing, today they have a cultural room in the school, and I wanted that for myself, but I wanted for the young people in the generation to next generation, because that school was open to hang out for with young people. They had an idea with different kind of things like that and everything. But I'm gonna sing a song for Harsha and everybody else and everything. Like which
with Native Youth Movement, it's important because it's always the young people, always passing the torch down to the young people and for them to spread the fire. So give the opportunity to young people to do their public speaking and, be able to take courage and be able to stand up in large crowds and talk. So I'm gonna